Yeah. So today we will discuss the question answers of chapter 1, that is the fun they had. Okay, in your textbook, it is on page number 10, which is thinking about text. In that, you need to write. See, the first question is answer this question in few words or a couple of sentences. The first question is how old are Margie and Tommy? So, if you remember, Margie was 11-year-old and Tommy is 13-year-old. So, this would be your first answer. Second, what did Margie write in her diary? So remember, उसने Margie ने क्या लिखा था that today Tommy found a real book, and that was a very surprise for them because they didn't had any physical book, या उन्होंने कभी physical book देखी ही नहीं थी. So that is why she wrote something new in her diary, right? What do we write in a diary? Things which are something different, which happen in our day to day life. And for them, getting a real book was something which was way new. And that is why Margie wrote in her diary that today Tommy found a real book. Had Margie ever seen a book before? So we have seen in the chapter, right, that no, Margie had never seen a book before. What things about the book did she find strange? So, what were the things which she finds strange? First of all, she had never seen any book. So, that was again, which was something new for her, right? And then we can see, Maggie found it strange that the book had yellow and wrinkled pages. So, that was something new for her that the book had yellow and wrinkled pages. Words in the book were still and did not move. Okay. उसके लिए वो न्यू क्या क्यों था बिकॉज शी यूज टू स्टडी ऑन द स्क्रीन एंड स्क्रीन पे कैसे वर्ड्स आते जाते थे बट बुक में कैसे थे बुक में वर्ड्स स्टिल थे वो एक ही प्लेस पे थे एंड वो मूव नहीं कर रहे थे द वे दे वर सपोज टू ऑन अ स्क्रीन एंड उसके टाइम पे कैसे स्क्रीन पे होता था बुक मूव होते जाते थे वर्ड्स मूव होते जाते थे इसके लिए उसको वो न्यू लगता था तो दैट इज something you can write that this was new for Margie. Okay, what things about the book did she find strange? So this all things was something which Maggie finds strange. That yellow and wrinkled pages of book, the words were still, they did not move. ठीक है, clear बच्चा लोग इतना?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, okay. Fifth one, what do you think a telebook is? So if you remember chapter mein they called it telebook. The telebook kya hai? It is basically a book that is displayed on their screen because उस time पे उनके पास books नहीं होते थे. They used to study it on the screen. So the book which was displayed on the screen is known as telebook. Where was Margie's school? Did she have any classmates? So we remember, right? She used to have her school ka lecture in her own room, and she did not have any classmates. So वही हमें लिखना है that Margie's school was in her home itself, which was right next to her bedroom, and no, she did not have any classmates. What subject did Margie and Tommy learn? So we know they learned geography, history, and arithmetic. Clear all these 7 sentences, question answer, both of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
now we will go to the next one, which is answer the following with reference to the story. I would throw it away. ठीक है, I would throw it away. Who said to see यहाँ पे लिखा है who said this words? What does it over here refers to? ये जो it है, what does that refers to? And what is it being compared with by the speaker? कि speaker ने क्या किससे compare किया? Yes. So I would throw it away. तो ये line किसने बोला था? Remember, Tommy said this word. Tommy ने बोला था that I would definitely throw this away. क्या? जब वो लोग screen का बात कर रहे थे, जब screen पे वो लोग बता रहे थे कि screen पे books हमारे दिखते हैं, जो telebooks है, that is visible to us on screen, and I would throw it away, right? So वही लिखना है. Who said these words? Tommy said this words. what does it refers to over here? So it over here refers to the television screen. And what is it being compared with by the speaker? कि speaker उसको किसके साथ compare कर रहे हैं? So Tommy is comparing the television screen with the printed book, right? कि वो television screen जो उनकी book थी उनको printed book के साथ compare कर रहे थे. Why? Because printed book earlier times पे available होती थी. He thought that after reading such books, one would have to throw them away. However, he would never throw his telly book. ठीक है? Next, sure that they had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher. It was a man. So over here, who does they refer to? कि यहाँ पे जो they है वो कौन है? So they over here refer to the students who studied in the old kind of schools, जहाँ पे centuries before the time of the story is seen it कि जहाँ पे people they actually जब physical वो लोग जाते थे school में तो वो लोग जो थे उनके ऊपर they refer करता है. So they refer to the students who which students who used to study in the old kind of schools which was centuries before, right? Because हम लोग कभी का बात कर रहे हैं, हम लोग centuries after का बात कर रहे हैं, जब कोई physical book नहीं होगा तब तो उनके लिए it was centuries before. Now, what does regular mean over here? But it wasn't a regular teacher. तो यहाँ पे regular का meaning क्या है? Here regular refers to the mechanical teacher that Tommy and Margie had, right? But it wasn't a regular teacher. उनके लिए regular teacher मतलब क्या? जो उनके mechanical teacher है, जो उनको पढ़ाते हैं. What is it contrasted with? Okay, कि ये sentence किससे contrast करता है? The mechanical teacher is contrasted with the teacher of the earlier time who was a human being, right? वो लोग क्या contrast कर रहे हैं कि नहीं ये regular teacher नहीं है but ये उनके time की teacher है. तो यहाँ पे mechanical teacher is contrasted with the teacher of earlier times. Clear है बच्चा लोग? Who said to whom में doubt है?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Next, answer each of this question in short paragraph. Now, short paragraph बोला है तो it should be बच्चा in short paragraph and not in 1 or 2 lines. And they have mentioned specifically that it should be about 30 words. What kind of teachers did Margie and Tommy have? ठीक है, so we have seen कि Margie and Tommy they had mechanical teachers, right? With large black screen. अभी इतना तो हम लिख नहीं सकते, one line question तो है नहीं, तो उसको elaborate करने का कैसे करेंगे? With large black screens on which all the lessons were shown and questions were asked, right? They had a screen on which the mechanical teacher used to teach them. So you have to mention that only, that Maggie and Tommy had mechanical teachers with large black screens on which all of the lessons were shown and questions were asked. Then you remember they had this slot in which they need to put their homework. तो आप वो भी लिख सकते हो that mechanical teacher had a slot in which the student had to put their homework and test paper. They didn't have a living human being as a teacher would teach the students in the classroom, right? कि उनके पास कोई ऐसे living teacher नहीं थी जो उनको पढ़ाती थी. They had just a mechanical teacher. समझा first answer? Both of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Second one. Why did Maggie's mother send for the country inspector? तो क्यों भेजा था country inspector को? Because we remember, right? उनके जो mechanical teacher थे, वो काम नहीं कर रहे थे. They wasn't working and उन्होंने कोई test papers दिए थे. वो भी उसमें उनका performance क्या हो रहा था? Maggie का performance improve नहीं हो रहा था. तो maybe Maggie's mother thought कि some technical problem है mechanical teacher में, तो वही हमें लिखना है. That Maggie's mother sent for the Maggie's mother sent for the country inspector because the mechanical teacher was not functioning efficiently. कि जो mechanical teacher थे वो अच्छे से काम नहीं कर रहे थे. Margie had been given many tests in geography by the teacher, but there was no improvement in her performance. Right? आपको याद आ रहा है कि उनको कितने सारे geography के टेस्ट दिए थे, but उनके improvement हो ही नहीं रहे थे. And Margie's mother thought that there is some issue in the function of the mechanical teacher. Therefore, so Margie mother wanted to find out the reason behind it. कि ये क्यों नहीं चल रहा, mechanical teacher में कोई issue है क्या? And that is why she sent the mechanical teacher to the country inspector. Clear बच्चा लोग?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, व्हाट डिड ही डू? ठीक है, तो उन्होंने क्या किया कंट्री इंस्पेक्टर ने? मागी वाज डूइंग बैडली इन ज्योग्राफी बिकॉज द ज्योग्राफी सेक्टर ऑफ द मैकेनिकल टीचर हैड बीन एडजस्टेड एट अ हायर लेवल. राइट, कि जो उसका लेवल है उससे 2-3 लेवल आगे था, एंड दैट इज व्हाई इट वाज वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर मागी टू ग्रास्प इट अप. उसको ग्रास्प करने के लिए, मतलब ग्रास्प करते हैं ना, अपन बोलते हैं ना ग्रास्प करने का जो ग्रास्पिंग पावर है वो बहुत उसके लिए नहीं था. मार्गी के लिए it wasn't that well. So Margie was doing badly in geography because the geography sector of the mechanical teacher had been adjusted to a higher level. So in order to help her, the country inspector ने उन्होंने क्या किया? He slowed down the geography sector to an average 10-year level. के जो मार्गी का लेवल था उस लेवल पे उनको उन्होंने slow down कर लिया. Why was Maggie doing badly in geography and what did the country inspector do to help her? तो वही हम लोग ने जो देखा दो क्वेश्चन में वही है. The mixture of both the question that Maggie was doing badly in geography because the geography sector of mechanical teacher had been adjusted at higher level. Okay, and in order to help her, what did country inspector do? He slowed down the geography sector to an average 10-year level. Next, what had once happened to Tommy's teacher? So remember Tommy's के teacher को क्या हो गया था? That mechanical teacher it blanked out for like a month, right? And ये क्या मार्गी क्या expect कर रही थी कि मेरा mechanical teacher भी वैसा ही हो जाए कि उनका जो ये है जो उनका working sector है वो पूरा clear out हो जाए तो मैं भी geography से बच पाऊँ. But ऐसा कुछ हुआ नहीं था. Why? Because country inspector ने उसको ठीक कर लिया था. तो यहाँ पे वही लिखना है कि टॉमी के टीचर को क्या हुआ था. सो टॉमी's teacher was taken away for nearly a month. Why? Because its history sector had blanked out completely. Clear? याद आ रहा है सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did Margie have regular days and hours for school? If so, why? So we have seen that yeah, Margie they didn't had a physical school, but yeah, the timings were regular. So yes, Margie had regular days and hours for school because her mother believed that learning at regular hours helped little girl learn better, right? उनके मम्मा का मानना था that अगर इनका regular hours पे timing पे पढ़ाई होगा तो it would be better for her to understand things. So her mechanical teacher always turned on at the same time every day except on Saturday and Sunday. के weekends पे उनको छुट्टी होती थी, but जो weekdays थे उसके ऊपर same time पे mechanical teacher अपना studies start कर देते थे. How does Tommy describe the old kind of school? तो टॉमी जब वो बुक रीड कर रहा था तो उसने old type of book, old kind of school कैसे describe किया? Tommy says that the old kind of school had a special building and all the kids went there. They had a teacher who was a man or who was a person in general. They all studied together and learned the same thing. So that is how you can say that Tommy had described the old kind of school. How does he describe the old kind of teachers? So Tommy described the old kind of teacher as living human beings who did not live in the house. Why? Because उनके जो mechanical teacher थे, they used to stay in their own houses where the students used to live. But the teacher over here, as we all know, they live in their houses and not in the student house. So that is how Tommy was describing, that Tommy described the old kind of teacher as living beings who did not live in their house. Instead, they taught the student in a special building which is known as school. They taught the children in groups and gave them homework as well. समझा बच्चा लोग वन लाइन सेंटेंस? इसमें कोई डाउट है? Is it understood, both of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we will see answer each of the question in 2 or 3 paragraphs. Okay, 2 or 3 paragraphs bola hai. So it should be at least 100 to 150 words. What are the main features of mechanical teacher and the school rooms that Maggie and Tommy have in their story? So what are the main features of mechanical teacher and the school rooms? ठीक है कि उनके special features क्या थे, तो आपको लिखना है that Maggie and Tommy, they had a mechanical teacher, they had a large black screen on which lessons were shown and question were asked. The teachers were adjusted according to the age, right? age और potential के हिसाब से students mechanical teacher का data arrange किया गया था. They had slot जिसमें क्या करते थे वो लोग, they had slot in which they used to put their होमवर्क एंड टेस्ट पेपर, राइट? फिर उनके तो फटाक से चेक होके आ जाते थे, रिमेम्बर? तो आपको वही लिखना है, दे हैड टू राइट देयर आंसर्स इन अ पंच कोड. पंच कोड जैसे मैंने बताया था, हम कैसे अल्फाबेट्स यूज करते हैं, उनका कोई कोडिंग का लैंग्वेज होगा, सो दैट मैकेनिकल टीचर कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट. एंड द मैकेनिकल टीचर कैलकुलेटेड द मार्क्स इमीडिएटली, नॉट लाइक अस. हम लोग को कैसे मार्क्स कैलकुलेट करने को टाइम लगता है, बट उनका मैकेनिकल टीचर होता है, तो जैसे टेस्ट पेपर दिए फटाक से आंसर आ जाते थे. द स्कूल्स वेर देयर होम इटसेल्फ, और इन देयर होम इटसेल्फ they did not have any classmates and they had a regular days and hours of school. but उनका हमारे जैसा एक ही पॉइंट है कि उनके भी रेगुलर स्कूल होते थे और एक फिक्स टाइमिंग होता था. The mechanical teacher always turned on the same time except on weekends. And what subject they learned? They learned geography, history, and arithmetic. First question में doubt किसी को?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Why did Margie hate school? Why did she think the old kind of school must have been fun? ठीक है, तो we remember Margie hated school. Why? Because she thought that school was not fun. She had a mechanical teacher who used to teach her every day at a fixed time in her school. She hated the part when she had to insert the homework and test paper in the slots of mechanical teacher. She didn't like that phase. उसको क्या लगता था कि ये जरा भी इंटरेस्टिंग नहीं है, इट इज वेरी बोरिंग. एक ही टाइम पे ये मैकेनिकल टीचर स्टार्ट हो जाता है, इनको मुझे रोज होमवर्क सबमिट करना पड़ता है. शी डिड नॉट लाइक द फैक्ट दैट शी हैड टू राइट हर आंसर्स इन अ punch code. Her disliking for the mechanical teacher was even increased. कब बढ़ गया था? जब उसके geography टेस्ट में उसके मार्क्स अच्छे नहीं आ रहे हैं. तो you can write this, that her disliking for the mechanical teacher was increased even more when she was failing to perform well in the geography test. She thought that the old kind of school must have been fun. Why? As she imagined all kids from the entire neighborhood coming together laughing and shouting in the schoolyard. But जब उन्होंने old kind of school का comparison किया, तो उसे लगा कि वाह, old kind of school कितना interesting होगा. Why? Because सारे neighbors के बच्चे एक साथ आते थे and they used to study. बच्चा, the session will get over in 1 second, so kindly rejoin, okay? In 1 minute, sorry. She imagined that they would sit together in the classroom. फिर आपको बताना है कि एक रीजन तो था मैकेनिकल टीचर का, और एक रीजन क्या था, जब ओल्ड स्कूल से उसने कंपेयर किया तो उसे लगा कि मैकेनिकल टीचर वाला सिस्टम क्यों बोरिंग है. तो जब शी वाज कंपेयरिंग, शी imagine that they would sit together in the classroom and go home together. They would learn things, they could help one another with their homework. So this was also fun. Also, the teachers there were human beings that would make the